Okay, I think we're live. Hey, everybody, this is Ron Mayberry. I'm coming to you from Levittown, PA, just outside the beautiful city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And I'm super psyched to be on this worldwide broadcast. We're touching all four corners of God's great earth here. And I'm actually privileged, I'm a little excited here, to have my co host and business partner, Miss Maylene Valaros. Maylene.
Hi guys, my name is Bailey, like Ron Mayberry had said, and this is the amazing team because we have May in common.
Amen. Amen. No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, guys. Our actual, the reason why Maylee and I talked about doing this, guys, is that, we're really passionate about helping people, in this great industry. In fact, I don't know why many of you are watching. You all have your why you got involved in this great industry: time freedom, money freedom, bigger contribution, personal growth, whatever your reason is, right? I believe that this is actually the best industry to be in. No joke. In fact, it's my personal belief that the home-based industry within probably just the next few years, not even decades, the next few years is going to set more people financially free than any other industry, right? Than any other college has ever done. And it's probably going to make some people, the people that are really dedicated, who know what they're doing, it's going to make them very, very rich, guys. So that is what really compelled me to team up with May Lee to bring you this great value, because you know what's amazing, as great as our industry is, we have like a 97% failure rate.
Right.
Right? Can you believe that? 97%, guys. If you worked at a job and you you failed 97% of the time at what you did or what you were supposed to do, I don't think you'd have a job for much long, for much longer, right? Would you agree, Maylene? I don't think you'd have a job for
I
that much
agree. I
longer.
agree.
Okay.
I agree because I was
Yeah.
when I first started. I think I was in that 97% or 95, 97% um, percentage of. I really wanted to quit because I had no skills coming into marketing
Ex-
whatsoever.
exactly. And you know what? It's funny. We all start there because whatever brought you here, guys, whatever opportunity or business you were in, you saw a presentation, you saw a video sales letter, maybe you went to a home meeting, or a lot of people will book out these hotel, ballrooms and do a big presentation. They'll bring the big home run hitters in their industry, and they presented you the opportunity, right? And you got excited because again, you connected the potential of the business to what you really wanted: time, money freedom, more time with family, contribution, all those good things. But a lot of things that happen in our, sadly, there are a lot of great companies. Don't get me wrong, guys. There's a lot of great companies. Again, this is the best industry to be in my opinion. Okay. But I
Right.
think the failure rate is so high because people, first of all, I don't think people take enough time to really mentor people. They don't really step into a position of leadership. In fact, what Maylene and I are doing right now, I mean, we're kind of new to the industry ourselves, but what we're doing is a leadership role. We've learned something that works, something that's of value, and we're sharing it. In fact, our millionaire mentor taught us that not only do you have to provide great value, but you know what? Give your best stuff away. Give it away,
Yeah.
right? That's why if
Yep.
you've seen the title here, I put in there, the secret formula that the seven-figure earners use. Well, guess what, guys? A lot of them don't teach this, right? And a lot of them don't even really want you to know it. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. A lot of them
Yeah.
don't even want you to know it.
And a lot of them is actually they're upset with our mentors for actually teaching us the
Yes,
seven figure
yes, yes,
secrets.
exactly. I kind of liken it to, if any of you folks out there are martial arts fans or action fans, if you know anything about Bruce Lee, Bruce Lee got a lot of slack from folks within his own culture community for, quote, teaching outsiders, the secrets of, kung fu, right? He got a lot of, some argue that might have been his demise, but be that as it may, there is that type of competition and animosity in this great industry. And to me, that all starts with a lack mentality, right? Because the one thing Maylene and I learned is that, you know what, we're not really competing. We're creating, and this is creating. It's about just creating as much value as we can to help you along your journey so you can really fast track your success. Because one thing that's interesting, I don't know if Maylene went through this herself, but I hear a lot of people say, well, you know what, you should at least be dedicated 1 year into the industry for sure. Laser focused, committed, right?
Yep.
But I think the problem is that, let's put it this way, if I'm in a job that I hate, or a career or whatever, I'm in between jobs, I'm in transition in my life, whatever, like out of urgency, desperation, whatever it may be, all those things are good motivators, right? But if you're telling me right now, you know what, Ron, I got an opportunity for you, but it's going to take 3 to 5 years for you to actually really see any money. By the way, guys, a 3% success rate, 97% failure rate. Now that's based on industry standards, where that 3%, that includes people who make a minimum of $400 per month, right? Now, again, every dollar counts. For some folks, that's life-changing, right? $400 extra a month can pay for a car, put your kid in a better school.
Yeah.
Maybe, right? Save you from divorce.
That's a car payment there.
Yes, maybe, and some gas, depending on where you live, right? But that 3% success rate it includes the floor of people who make $400 a month, right? Which again is good, and that also includes the superstars, 6, 7, 8-figure earners. So that's a very, very, very small population or demographic to be in, right? And my point is this: is that if you're, what we're going to show you is going to be able not only just to help take your business and get success and lift off in it, but we're talking about potentially getting some big time lift off, right? Because these are indeed the strategies that 7 figures earners use, guys. And I don't know about you, I don't want to wait 3 to 5 years. I don't. In fact, now full disclaimer here, what we do teach has allowed people who have shown up, who are coachable, surrender their pride and ego and just do it. There's been a lot of folks that have literally walked away from 9 to 5 jobs that they hate within 30, 60, 90 days, 6 months. To me, that's a much, much better ratio to fast track success than waiting 3 to 5 years. Because you know what, guys, I'm going to be honest, I don't know about you. I'm not going to answer for you, but if I have to wait 3 to 5 years to really get lift off in this industry, to get financial success, where I can kind of, get ready to quit my job, I might as well either quit the job or what the hell, try to get promoted. I mean, it's a lot of focus. Now, it does take time. There's no doubt about that. But what we are showing you here is the exact formula that people have used to literally change their life in, I'm not kidding you guys, I'm not kidding you, some people within 30 days. That's a quantum leap. That is. Right? It's a quantum leap. It's a quantum leap. So, so what we have for you guys, again, our intention is to give you as much value as you can, as much value as we can give you, obviously, to help you out here. And I'm psyched about it. So what we're going to do is, if Mei-Ling has anything else to
well, I'm all wanted to say was when you get into this industry, you will learn that you will give more value than anything else.
Yep.
In this industry.
Yep. Agreed. In fact, it almost goes into, guys, the same principles of the universe, for folks who believe in the law of attraction, the law of emergence, and all this wonderful mindset, which is powerful stuff. It's almost like the Bible says, right? Give and it shall be given. Right. And it's true, right? We're not going off the handle here and trying to preach to anybody, but it's true. Give and it shall be given, right? That's really the nature of life, right? Makes sense, right?
That's right.
Awesome.
So are we ready?
We are ready to rock and roll, Mei-Ling. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll this out here for you guys. Again, I would encourage you, if you haven't already done it, have a pencil and paper ready, guys. Take notes if you have to. This is a live broadcast, okay? I'm going to speak to Mei-Ling after this. We'll see if we'll rebroadcast it for further play, for people to rewatch it. We probably certainly will do that. But take some notes, pay particular attention, because, the other great thing that our mentor taught us is that leaders show up as students to learn things and then share it. And if you're not doing that, then you better be doing it. So if you want to succeed and you want to be serious in this industry, you better be, right? Because it's almost like, it's like it's
quite like mandatory,
Absolutely.
It's mandatory.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's how you have to look at it. You know, again, I'm going to use a lot of martial arts expressions because you know I've been there, done that.
Are you a Bruce Lee fan? Are you a martial arts?
Extremely, extremely, extremely. In fact, a lot of folks who follow me, one of the things, you know, incidentally, guys, you should also be having fun when you're doing this, which Maylene and I are. And, you know, we're going to show you Facebook strategies. And some of you who may know me already, I have that Bruce Lee little emoji icon, you know, the little bow and let's go, let's rock. So
yeah, I like that.
Cool.
I like
yeah, you've seen it a few times. I'm sure you've seen it a few times. But no, one of the great things was, you know, I remember one of my very first lessons, I mean, many, many moons ago, okay, when I was younger, on the wall at the dojo, you know, if you know anything about martial arts, you know, you start off as a white belt, right? You know, you're a white belt, right? You're a beginner. And it said on the wall, it said, a white belt is a black belt in making, right? In other words, it's you, again, we're going to talk a little about mindset here too. It's, you already are the success you want. The key is just being able to draw it out, right? And follow and surrender to the mindset, the skills, and the strategy. So that's our deepest, sincerest desire here, guys, our intention, again, to give you as much value here, to show you actually, again, this is the actual formula that the seven-figure earners use. Oh, and by the way, Maylene can attest to this. What we're going to show you is the same formula followed to the T, guys, to the T. That's produced $1.5 million. Actually, it's further now.
It's gone over.
Right? It's over. It's over because we're all about growth. $1.5 million, guys, in total team commissions. That's pure
and growing.
And growing as we speak. As we speak, 1.5 million in team commissions, and that's pure profit. And it's all due to this strategy right here. So again, I hope you get value out of this. So we're ready to rock and roll. So Maylene, I'm going to hand it over to you to get us going.
All right. Thanks, Ron.
Appreciate it.
So, like I said, 97, it's 97. I have it wrong here.
Oh, it's okay. There's a margin of error.
95, 97. It's there. It's close. Well, it's almost like 100% rate.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this, Maylene. Would you not get fired if you did 95 or 93? Would you still get fired?
No.
I mean, if you were 95% failure versus 97, would you still get fired?
Would I?
Yeah, from a job. If you were failing 95% instead of 97%, would you still likely get fired?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, okay, it's a percentage around there. You know, we can be kind and round it off, but that's still high, guys. That is too damn high.
Oh, we lost you there. Are you there?
I'm sorry. You have me? I'm sorry.
Okay.
We're live, guys. We're live. Okay. We're unscripted here.
So why do they fail? People actually, they fail because people are actually never taught how to become top recruiters. They find it hard to believe that you can recruit people in a short amount of time, especially the ones having a hard time recruiting US. But this exact formula that we're gonna teach you was taught to me by my mentor, and it's not about the product. It's like we said, it's the value that you provide. And one thing you ask yourself is, what are you providing as a leader in this market? If you have nothing to, if you don't have any value to provide in this market, then that's the reason why you're failing.
Absolutely.
Yep. And then the other part is pitch and close, Ron.
Absolutely. You know, Maylene, I see this all the time. Okay. We see it amongst some of our fellow colleagues. You know, I'm sure a lot of you guys out there that have Facebook accounts, you have a lot of friends and family, you know, people that you connect with, other mutual entrepreneurs, business owners. And the reason why, again, going back to that 97, 95% failure rate, however you want to look at it, most people don't get this model in our industry. That is, you know, the network marketing, home-based business model, right? It's right. As Maylene was saying, it's not about pitching, right? Most people feel the pain and rejection because all they're doing is pitching, right? It's the product, the company. And, you know, guys, I think about this. It's almost nauseating. It's like anything else, right? Would you watch the same, you know, video, would you listen to the same song, eat the same thing every day, right? That's just human nature, right? You're going to get closed off to it, right? It's going to be like, well, you know, damn, I mean, like, all right, here he comes, here she comes. You know, it's like, pull down the blinds, turn the lights off, you're going to get that kind of rejection, right? And that happens so frequently. That's one of the big indicators, because it's not about pitching and selling. It's not. The people who really understand this know that we're actually in a personal development, right, and leadership business model.
Yeah.
Right? The products and services get sold, but they get sold in a different way. Right? And that's and again, that's a huge problem. Huge problem. Ready for you, Maylene.
Oh, okay. So why do they continue to fail is they think it's about selling, and it's not. And the first thing they they think they focus too much on pitching and closing. They focus on features and benefits. They never take the time to connect or build rapport or a relationship with people in the industry. You you probably have a couple of spams in your message box, right, Ron?
Absolutely. I got up early this morning just to clear them out.
Every day.
It's true. No, you're right. It's true.
I've gotten one while on vacation about something with Donald Trump, and sending it out to all my contacts for the next 3 days, and I'm like, get the hell out of here.
Was that the impeach Donald Trump chain letter? Is that what that was?
I have no clue. It might have been. I just skimmed through it, and I'm like, oh.
Right. No, you're right, though. You're right.
Yeah. They never ask, and another thing is they never ask qualifying questions to find a need or identify a problem. They either talk too much or listen too little, because when you talk too much, you're talking way too much about your product, and you never really get the chance to, even try to connect with the person. You're so focused. They're so focused on selling the product, features and benefits, blah, 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 that your prospect is already turned off by what you're bringing to the table. And I want to say I was absolutely like this when I first started. It was always featured. It was full features and benefits. It was like, hey, join my team, this and that. And it literally, I guess, took me $3,000 in the hole doing this. So
that's a painful lesson, Maylene.
It's a painful
lesson.
Very painful. And then they have not tapped into their personal power. The other thing is, most people have not. The personal power is when they almost believe through negative self-talk that no one's going to join their business. It's all about mindset, guys. So if you're like, oh no, he's not gonna join. I know he's not gonna join. And when the prospect says, no, I'm not gonna join, he's like, see, I already knew it. He wasn't gonna join anyway. So it's all that negative self-talk, and it's just the mindset. You have a broke mindset. People come into this industry with a broke mindset, and so they don't actually go that far with that kind of mindset. And Absolutely. They are not duplicatable at all, especially good salespeople, because they think they can. Those salespeople, they don't have any zero duplications in their business because they think nobody is as good as them. Period.
Yeah, that's a great point, Maylene, because you know what's funny is that, team duplication is important, because you know what, when someone is presented, right, when they're presented with the opportunity, right, about, hey, it can do this for you, it can do that, you can make this before, right, or better yet, when people are social proofing, like, oh my God, look, I just made $25,000 this week or this before, but which is fine, they're demonstrating their success, but for the person on the other side they're communicating with, they're thinking, and we've all been there, we're thinking, okay, well, you're crushing it, which is awesome, but what's in it for me?
Right.
What's it? Am I just another number? Right? You're just going to turn me through the turnstile and like, well, hey, congratulations, Ron. Congratulations, Maylene. Here's a couple videos. Good luck. See you at the next event.
Oh my God.
That's a complete, right? I'm sure you experienced it. That's a complete turnoff. Complete turnoff. Rejection 100% of the time.
Yeah,
No doubt.
I think that was my second company I joined. It's like he was my sponsor. He was so nice, and welcome aboard. Okay, once I got on board, he disappeared. And
absolutely, nobody's ever mean, right? No one's ever mean.
Okay, Ron.
Awesome. So, I appreciate that. So if you want to throw up the next slide there for me.
Yep, there he is.
Through this real quick, if you can actually, if I can see that here. There we go. Okay. So, so guys, continuing on what Mei Ling was saying, right? The key is stop selling and start listening, right? Stop selling what you're doing and start listening, right? You have to determine, first of all, does somebody have, okay, let me just tell you this, and Mei Ling may agree, and she can chime in on this, what she thinks about it. The word entrepreneur has been so diluted, in my opinion, and I'm going to tell you why right here. I'm going to give you a few basic qualities that if all y'all out there can check, now, in my opinion, you should check all of them. But if you're not at least checking all or 4 or 5 of them, you might want to think about using that word entrepreneur, right? Because everybody and their mom's an entrepreneur. That's wonderful. That's great, all right? An entrepreneur is someone who is a risk taker, number one, okay? Someone who goes and collects data, someone who connects with people, someone who finds out if someone has a problem, and ready for this, number 5, right? Drum roll, provides a solution. And you can't do all that if you're just spamming somebody with sell, 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 right? It doesn't work that way. In fact, real entrepreneurs, real professional marketers, the 7-figure earners, guys, they don't do this at all. And we're going to talk more about that.
Right. Okay. So relationship versus conventional. What's the difference? Relationship selling is casual. So we're in a casual market, guys. Okay. And these are the stats. 2% of people will enroll in your first connection or exposure. And then this is where everyone will, start to have their negative self-talk because they think, okay, I posted something on my wall and nobody liked it or nobody's interested. 3% of people will enroll on their second connection or exposure. Then 5% on the third connection or exposure. 10% on the fourth. 80%, guys. 80%. Look at from the fourth connection to the fifth. 80% will enroll on the 5th to 12th connection of exposure. So it's a casual thing, guys. So when people start in this industry, they expect everyone to hop on and jump onto their business opportunity. It's not like that.
Absolutely.
So it's the thing is you gotta focus on the relationship.
Yep.
If you're not building relationships, then
absolutely. And Mei Ling, if I could just jump on that real quick to kind of further reiterate on that, right? So those statistics, guys, those are powerful. And just in case you're wondering, this doesn't mean that, hey, guess what? I connected with somebody, I did the first, exposure, the first 2 or 3, and they said no, they weren't interested. Now, this doesn't mean that, so you see the success rate 80% on the 5th to 12th connection, right? That doesn't mean showing your opportunity 12 times. You know what that actually means? That means after you've had the first initial connection with them, you built some rapport, you found out whether or not what's going on in their life, their vision and purpose. We'll talk a little bit more about that. And then you had a chance to offer them something and they said no, they weren't interested, whatever, that's fine. Okay, that's fine, right? The connection or exposure is not you spamming them 12 more times after that first time. It's 12, right? It's 12 or 15 actual, what we like to call in our team, universal deposits. It's, hey, Mei Ling, how's it going? Hey, Mei Ling, what's going on in your world? Oh, I seen you went on vacation. Oh, you got a dog. What kind of dog is that? And all the while you're keeping this connection, guys, and you're becoming this like source of good energy, good vibes, right? Because let me tell you this real quick. Again, we're going to go into this a little bit more, but I wanted to get this off my chest. People are watching. And I'll share this with you real quick. Mei Ling might not have known this, but in the early part of the year, I had a life and death experience. In fact, I wound up in the hospital for about 7 days. Thank God, all well, all's good now.
Right.
And I was out of the loop, right? So I was in the hospital recovering. I came home, I recovered. So I was literally off Facebook. I wasn't really actively in the business. And when I got back on, right, and I remember I doing like the initial post, right? And I was like, thanking everybody who did reach out for me, sending their prayers and support, which I really do appreciate. I had a lot of people say, you know what? I'm glad to hear you're okay, but I haven't seen you in a while. I was wondering where you were at. You know what that means, guys? They're watching me.
Yeah.
Right? They're connecting with me. The stuff I'm putting out is striking a chord with them spiritually, emotionally, right? And going back to my main point here, you're not going to spam them 5, 12 times. You're going to just keep connecting with them. Because I'll tell you this, and Maylene could probably attest to this herself. People go through transition, guys. Life is peaks and valleys a lot of times. And guess what? Am I right, Maylene? Am I right?
It is.
Well, you live in Hawaii, so everything's great all the time, right? But she does, by the way. She does. But, if I connected with Maylene, and we had a connection, I built some rapport and realized she wasn't interested in my opportunity. In other words, there wasn't a problem I could solve for her right then and there. Hey, guess what, guys? That's fine. That's cool. No problem. No problem. I don't need validation. That's cool. But you know what? 30 days later, 3 hours later, 6 months later, she may have went from everything's great to I just got laid off. I just lost my job. My grandmother got sick and I have to take time off to care for her. Whatever. They raise the interest rates on my mortgage. I might lose my house. That's life. That's why you have to stay connected. Not 12 pitches, 12 connections.
Yeah. And
right.
And like Ron said, people are watching because I've got people who reach out to me in private message and they thank me for my my positive quotes, my inspirational quotes, and I'm like, and they tell me like, even though I don't comment or I don't like, just seeing your posts, it makes a difference. They
Absolutely.
Say it blows my mind that people are watching it. Just because you don't get that like or you don't get that comment, it doesn't mean that no one's watching. You're reaching more people than you know.
Exactly. And you know what? Yes, there is there is some strategic tips to kind of, going with the flow of the Facebook algorithm. How do you boost your posts and all that? That's wonderful. Don't get me wrong. That's a key strategy. But we're talking about, guys, an even stronger spiritual vibrational force that we feel as human beings that, transcends Facebook. Okay. All right. And like Maylene said, it's right. People, they're looking and they're listening. They really are. And the one thing you don't want to do, you want to actually grow that attention. That sort of, how should I say, I don't want to say, maybe the right word's not distant attention, but you're not burning the bridges.
Yeah.
You're not pissing them off. And the easiest way to piss someone off, right? The easiest way to get a VIP membership to the block party is keep telling me about your business, bro.
Okay, so on your next one, Ron, there you go. Build rapport fast.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely, guys. Again, it's all about building rapport, right? And in fact, what we're going to do is I'm going to see if I can, maybe I might have to twist Maylene's arm, but I don't think so.
There you go.
What we're going to do for you guys, right, is we're going to do a little role play, right? We're going to do a little role play. Maylene, you ready for this? We're going to do a little role play. Okay?
This is live
And I'll tell you what, guys, we're live and unscripted. And again, if you're watching, you're taking notes. Listen to how we're going to, again, and I just want Maylene to answer whatever comes to her mind. So it's unscripted, guys. It's unscripted. But we're going to give you a demonstration of what rapport is. And then as you write it down and watch this, I want you to go back and look at your own chats and see if your communications look anything like this. Because I can tell you guys, if it doesn't, it's a no wonder why you're failing. No wonder. No wonder. Right? So here's how we would start off. Maylene, are you ready? Are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Hey, Maylene. How you doing? How's it going? How's your day going so far?
Hey, Ron. I'm doing fine. The sun is out today, and I'm just chilling. How about you?
Oh, that is so awesome. I love the sun. I love the sun. I love the warm weather. You know what I mean? I'm doing absolutely fabulous. Thank you. In fact, I just spent the day with my beautiful wife, my lovely daughter. Man, I'll tell you, we went toy shopping, right? I'm a big kid. We spent the day at the park, right? And we had the most amazing organic pizza ever. OMG, I'm telling you, Mainly, it's awesome. You got to try it.
Oh, oh my gosh, I love pizza. I just had it yesterday too, and we ordered. I think we over ordered, and we had to leave some in our hotel room.
Are
We
you
left it for the maid.
serious? Wow. Wow. Now that's generosity right there. That's awesome. Say, by the way, Mei-Ling, just curious, are you married? Do you have kids?
Yes, I'm married. I have 2 children. I'm 3 kids. Sorry.
Beautiful, beautiful. So boys and girls, how old are they?
I've got 2 girls and 1 boy. My oldest girl is 15. My son is 12, and my youngest is 6 years old.
Ah, that is so awesome. Wow, you got those 2 teenagers there, boy. I'll tell you,
Yeah,
they must definitely keep you on your heels. I'll tell you, there's nothing better. There's no bigger blessing in the world to me than family. Would you agree?
I agree.
That is just so awesome. Now, guys, okay, we're going to stop for a moment. Did you just see that conversation? That was about 1 or 2 minutes. We found a few things in common. By the way, guys, the quickest way to build rapport with somebody is to find at least about 3 things in common with someone within about the first 3 to 5 minutes. And if you took notes on that, within about 3 minutes, we went back and forth. We both have kids. We both love family. We both love pizza. We both love sunshine, warm weather, the good stuff. There was no selling. I didn't give my link. She didn't give her link. In fact, we did what we call change the state. If you noticed in the conversation, we both, if you could see us on this, we're smiling and we're laughing, right? We're starting to mirror each other, which means now we're kind of like, we're automatically being pulled to one another. It's as almost as if we're actually best friends. That's how you build rapport, guys. Not, I got the greatest spot for you, lock your spot, get in now.
Right.
Bitcoin's going to go to $2,000 tomorrow. That's not, I'm sorry, guys. That's not building rapport.
Yeah. Okay, so, and then, oh, there you go. There's another one.
Yep. So obviously people, again, what we were talking about, people like to do business with the people that they know, like, trust, and people that they aspire to be like, guys. I'll just say aspire to be like. That's important because I'll just tell you for this. Mei-Ling may have her own opinion about it or her own experience. But when I found my millionaire mentor, right, it wasn't just so much the fact that he was wealthy, which is cool, that he was living the dream, which is cool, that he was making a difference and he was helping, that he was creating a legacy for him and his family, which is cool. One of the really, I'm going to say, and I'm truth be told here, guys, I'm telling you the truth. The reason why ultimately I trusted him and decided to join with him was because of the person that he is from the heart. That he changed so many people's lives. He's trained thousands of people and even tens of thousands for people he never met through things like videos like this, people he's never even met. Like, he's created such a legend about himself of helping people, of being a servant leader. And I got to tell you something, guys. If you're going to be big in this industry for the long haul and get the most out of it, you got to be a heart-centered leader. You have to care about other people. And that's the thing that really ultimately made me decide that, hey, I want to partner with my mentor. How about you, Mei-Ling?
That's true. That's the reason why I joined my millionaire mentor.
Absolutely. And it's important. It really, really is important. So it's I'm sorry.
It's actually the value. Like we say, it's the value that he has given others.
Yep. And that's what it's, and that's why it's key, like I said, for people that that you aspire to be like. In other words, if you're not stepping into this already to see how many people you can help, because again, like I said, the old wise proverb, biblical principle, right? Give and it shall be given. You get by giving. You get by giving. And you have to be a giver. You have to be a heart-centered leader. Mm-hmm. From the very start. And it doesn't matter that you don't have a store, you made no money, you just started today. In your mind, you have to be convinced that you are already a leader, right? Because, you know, you're never too old to learn something new, but you're never too young to teach either.
Yeah.
So that's just, again, those are just blockers and irrelevant. Forget about that. You know, that mindset of, oh, I just started, I'm going to. Okay, you learn something, share it. That's what we're here for. We learn something, we're sharing it. We're providing value, right?
Okay, so the how we build rapport is by four different things. It's family, occupation, motivation, and recreation. We call this form. So this is like the four different aspects of how we build rapport. These four different categories. And Ron, you want to take this? This is how we build rapport without even talking to them. How you become the attractor factor using Facebook.
Absolutely. Thanks, Mei-Ling. And you know what, guys? This is right here. If you remember, the title of the teaching, our subject matter is how to generate an unlimited amount of qualified leads using Facebook, guys. Right here. This is right here, guys. This is the secret formula right here. This is Colonel Sanders' 11 herbs and spices. I'm kidding you. I'm not kidding you. This is it right here, right? And you build rapport, again, before you even talk to them. And you do it by posting things like positive quotes, something that's motivational, inspirational, how-tos on marketing, something like this. Something like saying, hey, guys, I just learned a great strategy on how you can get unlimited qualified quality leads for your business. Who here wants to know? That's a how-to on marketing, right? You share your personal life, your family, your recreation, your vacation. You're coming what we call the naked soul, right? I'm giving you an introduction into my life, right? In other words, it's not enough in this industry. You'll see some people, you know, that they have a photo with them, you know, in front of a Ferrari, or they're traveling on a private jet. You know, they're showing off their success, which is fine. There is a time and place for that, to document your success. But you also want to show people want to join people, guys. People want to join people, right? The fact that you and I have children, or, you know, you and I love to go to the beach, or you and I like to, you know, we're both in karate, whatever. It's another way to form a connection when you're actually documenting your life, just what you're doing in your everyday life. Like I said, you know, we went out and had the best organic pizza. Guess what? Some of you who know me, you probably saw those pictures. That's real, guys. That's real. It's going on in my life. Okay. You want to post things about entertainment, right? Post things, you know, comedy, right? Put little gestures or jokes up. My daughter's always telling me these kind of goofy little jokes, but I get a kick out of them. You know, like one of them is, and feel free to post this right now if you want, guys. There's no copyright on it. Okay. My daughter asked me, Daddy, why was 6 afraid of 7? The answer, because 7, 8, 9. Get it? Ha ha ha. Right? You post it on your wall, guys. You get a laugh. Because you know what it is? Because you're changing a person's state. When they logged onto their Facebook and they saw that little childlike joke, maybe it resonated in their brain about when they were a kid, or they heard it before. Maybe their daughter told them the same thing, and all of a sudden now it clicks an emotional response, guys. They're starting to laugh. You're changing their state without even talking to them. That's the attractor factor. Trivia, right? Now, trivia could be everything from, you know, hey, who do you think the greatest basketball player is? Who is the greatest rock band? I'll tell you another thing here, guys, going back to our subject title, right? How to get unlimited qualified leads. You want to qualify someone for your business opportunity, right? Use some trivia. Let me give you a quick example. So let's say some of you you have a business opportunity, and let's face it, guys, it always costs some kind of investment, an upfront purchase, a monthly auto ship, whatever it may be. It does cost money. Okay. There's, you know, when you're in business, you're spending money. That's just the case. But let's say you're in a high ticket item, right? Or whatever it may be, whatever it may. You're in other words, you're going to qualify these people for your business based on income, for example. We're using the example of income. So let's say you're in an opportunity where it costs like $1,500 to get started, right? And you just want to put it out there to qualify some people subtly, not saying, hey, do you have $1,500 to join my business? No. You're going to say something along the likes like this. Hey guys, what do you do for investment? how much of your income do you invest? Just curious. And then you might do a little trivia. You might say, okay, do you invest in A, stocks and bonds, B, real estate, C, gold and Bitcoin, D, moonshine, whatever. I don't know, whatever, right? Okay. Now, but here's the thing about it, right? So me and Mei Ling, we see your post. You just posted that. Mei Ling hits a like and she says, you know what? I invest in real estate. Now, what you do now to follow up with her on your post, you hit the like and you'll say, awesome, Mei Ling, what kind of real estate do you invest in? Mei Ling tells you, and this is probably true, guys. Hey, Bill, I have 5 beachfront rental properties on the shore points of Honolulu. Now, let me ask you a question, guys. If your business opportunity is $1,500 to get started, and Mei Ling tells you that she invests in real estate, and she owns what is likely probably $1 million properties on the beaches of Hawaii, do you think she's financially qualified for your $1,500 deal? I think so. I think so. And then if I comment and say, well, I'm in gold and silver. Oh, gee, that's awesome, Ron. So what portion of gold do you own? Oh, you know what? I probably own about, 100 ounces. Well, guys, I don't know if you pay attention to this, but, gold's about $1,200 an ounce, roughly.
Right.
1,200 times 100. I'm going to do my math here real quick. Forgive me, guys. That's like $1.2 million. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but it's a lot of money. Do you think if I have $1 million of gold at access to me that I could afford your $1,500 deal? I think so.
Yeah, and that's a qualified lead right there.
Exactly. And I didn't ask you how much do you make. Do you want to join my deal? It's only $1,500. No, we didn't do none of that. We didn't do any of that. And let's say Susie comments on there and she puts in as a joke, but maybe she's telling the truth. Well, I don't invest in nothing. I don't have a pot to piss in. Okay. All right. Well, guess what? You now know Susie doesn't at least financially qualify for your $1,500 deal.
Right.
So is that someone I might want to talk to? Well, maybe, maybe not. I'm going to see if I can still talk to her, build some rapport, see if there's something I can do for her. Right. But if my goal is to get these folks in this $1,500 deal, I'm not talking to Susie. I'm talking to Ron and Mei Ling.
Right.
And guess what? They already offered me the information.
Yeah.
They already told me
that guy with the gold right there. Yes. Like you said earlier, life is peaks and valleys. He might be doing good right now.
Sure.
But maybe down in the line, a couple months down the road, he'd be like, well, gold is not doing so good, so I'm looking for something new. Exactly. And you know what? Maybe like in your example with your real estate empire, you got, several $1 million worth of real estate. Okay. Well, maybe that money's not liquid to you, right? I mean, you're earning some rents off it. Obviously you're making a living, right? You're probably not working a job. You're doing pretty good, but maybe here's the bottom line. You'll never know until you connect with them. And at least before I go into that conversation, I already know that I won't get a rejection based on they can't afford it. Right? Yeah.
I won't get a rejection based on they can't afford it. Because you got 5 homes in Hawaii. You got 5 homes anywhere, really. You can afford $1,500. Even in Detroit. Or, no offense or anybody. But, so yeah, you can use trivia like that to gauge people, right? To see where they're actually at, right? You could, another great thing, right? You could post this up too. Hey, you know what? Hey guys, how many vacations a year do you take and where's your favorite place to go? So they might say, Mei Ling might come and say, well, I take 5 vacations a year and I go whatever to Disney, Paris, whatever. Anyway, she is revealing to you that she travels a lot. She goes to expensive places. Again, guys, you're qualifying her. She's got the money. If I go on there and say, well, gee, you know what? I haven't had a vacation in 15 years, so I'm working so damn much. Okay, I'm probably broke, right? This is about how you qualify people without qualifying them, if you know what I mean. You're not doing it directly. They're actually volunteering you the information. They're qualifying themselves. Again, remember, you're an entrepreneur. You're collecting data.
Oh, right.
I don't know a damn thing about you if I'm just pitching Bitcoin, my business. I don't know a damn thing about you, right? And my favorite here, this one, Mei Ling can probably attest to this. In fact, I got to kick myself in the butt. Be prepared, guys. If you're following me on Facebook, right after this broadcast, you might see a controversial post, okay? Controversy, right? Current events, politics, religion. These are the things that most of us were told, right? Maylene, you might have been told the same thing. Don't talk about politics.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
talk about religion, right? Right? It gets people offended. Okay, well, now there are some people who may be thin-skinned, okay? That's just life. But there is a way to post a controversial post, to get engagement, because the idea is I want to get engagement. Your engagement is your leads, guys. So you could say something, I mean, and look, let's face it. Donald Trump, like him or hate him, this guy is a controversy magnet, okay? If I was going to do something with some controversy, you better believe I'd have the president in it. And I wouldn't directly say something that would offend someone. For example, I wouldn't put in my controversial post, you know what? I hate Donald Trump. He's an absolute criminal, a disgusting human being. Lock him up, okay? No, I won't say it like that, even if I hate him, even if I did hate him, okay? Because I don't want to directly offend my friends and followers who may love Trump. What I would say to generate some activity is say, gee, how do you think Donald Trump's doing so far as president? Is he doing good? You know, A or B. So it could be something like that. You say, okay, so what do you think of Donald Trump as president so far? Is he doing a great job, or is this whole Russian thing an absolute media hoax? Comment below. You're not offending anybody. In fact, you're not even taking a side. Yeah. But I tell you what, right? All the haters of Trump and the lovers, they're going to converge on the battlefield, guys.
Now, and then you're just there to watch it.
Exactly, Mei-Ling, exactly. You're like the guy on top of the hill watching everybody eat each other, so to speak, right? And I like to keep it nice, and I might add something like, say, okay, opinions welcome, just be nice. I mean, there's nice ways to say you hate someone. I mean, they're real, if you think about it. But controversy is a really great way to do it, guys, and you don't have to necessarily be offensive to be controversial. You can just piggyback off of a controversial post. Like I said, religion, you could say, hey, you know what? Do you believe having an abortion is wrong? I'm not saying I'm for or against. I'm just saying, what are your thoughts? You're generating leads, guys, okay? So anyway, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Proof of your success, right? Proof of your success, right? That's important. You're going to document proof of your success, right? Something along the lines, hey, guys, I just made $1,000 online while I was at the swimming pool with my daughter, right? You're just documenting your success, right? You want to use proof of your team success. Again, you remember we talked about team duplication and how important that is, right? Because I'll tell you what, again, what I told you before about people want to know what's in it for them. So if you're constantly just posting your $1,000 days or $2,000 or $100,000 month, that's awesome. But it's like, okay, well, how big's your team? Well, I don't have a team. Well, how big's your team? Well, I have a team of 100. How much money are they making? Nothing, right? You need to have success and document. You have to lift up. And I'll tell you what, I started to do this myself, and Mei-Ling might have did it too. Guys, it's not about competing, right? It's about creating, and you should actually reach out to leaders in other companies and actually lift them up. So if you see somebody that's a friend of yours who's not in your business, right? This is how you can tell a genuine person who's not in your business, and you're, say, sharing one of their posts. So let's say Mei-Ling and I were not in business together, but she just did an amazing post about how to make the most, the 5 easy steps to make the perfect video. Guess what? I'm going to elevate her. I'm going to actually share that on my wall and say, hey, check out what my friend Mei-Ling just came up with. She's always providing great value. Say hello to her and start following her.
Yeah, and we call that edifying.
Exactly, right? Exactly. Lift people up. Obviously, your team and other people, right? The other thing we have here, guys, is piggyback marketing. Now, if you're not too clear what that is you're actually piggybacking off of the current trends that are hot in things like pop culture, media, music, whatever. There's things that we actually teach, Mei-Ling and I actually teach in our team, where we actually show you how to create, professionally designed graphics where you can piggyback off the popularity of, a current celeb. Maybe it's a deceased celebrity, a historical figure, whatever it is, you're piggyback marketing. Like right now, for example, I don't know if any of you guys saw, I don't know if Mei-Ling saw it. We just saw Wonder Woman. It was an unbelievable movie. We loved it.
Uh-huh.
Wonder Woman's hot right now. You could piggyback, yes, and use Wonder Woman in your marketing to draw people out, to draw attention, to get engagement, to get the leads, right? So that essentially is piggyback marketing. Maybe Maylene and I'll do a video on that, just on piggyback marketing.
Yeah, we should.
Absolutely, right? And of course, what you're hearing now, guys, value-based webinars, videos, podcasts, if you blog, you want to provide value to the marketplace, right? Again, you're here to help people. Your goal is to be a heart-centered leader. You're here to provide value to people, right? And show them the how-tos, just like this broadcast right now that Maylene and I are doing, that you are watching. This is a value-based webinar. So guys, this right here in a nutshell is the actual code. Here's the ingredient. Here's the cake right here. Here's the ingredients of the cake right here. And the key thing is, and I'll just say this real quick, and Maylene can jump in too if she has thoughts on it. The key is getting the right ratio. In other words, you know, some of you who are spamming your business, don't all of a sudden leave this broadcast and say, well, okay, I won't spam the business. I'll just spam my success. No, that's the same thing, guys. That's not going to work either. Okay, It's about finding that right blend. In other words, I would do something along the lines, and Maylene can chime in. If you're doing at least a minimum of 7 to 10 posts per day on Facebook,
right?
Maybe make it about 10, no more than 20% about your business, right? Your actual success, the sale you had, your team's success, you know, and make it more about positive quotes, motivation, inspiration, you know, the how-tos on marketing, you know.
Yeah.
Your personal life, that's easy, guys. And you know, it's funny, Maylene could probably test this. I run into people and they're like, well, you know what? I don't know what to post. I'm like, well, what'd you do today? Oh, we went to the mall, we had lunch. I'm like, well, why don't you take a picture of the food? Right? I mean, right? I mean, you don't have to live in Las Vegas or in Maylene's case, Hawaii with the beautiful beaches. You know, in fact, just go on Google. Google the beaches.
Yeah.
And just post it and say, hey guys, isn't this freaking awesome? That's it. Like, that is it. Like, for people who make it, well, I don't know what to post, or I don't have an interesting life. No, you're lazy. You're lazy.
You're just making excuses for yourself.
Exactly. So, you know, guys, the ratio, like I said, if you're doing at least 7, we at least teach 7 minimum posts per day, 10 or more, whatever you're feeling inspired to. You might do 30, but you want to make sure it's got that right ratio where it's about maybe no more than about 20% business. And that includes your social proof, your sales, your team success, and then keep it in that balance of, like I said, your personal life. Become that source of motivation, right? Become that source of motivation, and this is how you do it. You have anything else to add in there, Maylene, on that?
I'm good.
Awesome. Ready to go to the next slide here.
So most of you guys might have seen a diamond field, a baseball diamond field, and this is how we'll be able to rapport fast. I'm sorry, I was eating candy.
I didn't hear anything. I know nothing.
So we get a hit by building rapport by the forms of form, family, occupation, recreation, and motivation. Then we ask the qualifying questions. You know, we find their pain. What are they doing right now? What's going in their life? You know. And then once we find their pain, and once we actually find a solution for their pain, something or someone other than you presents the opportunity. That means it's a website, a brochure, or a video presentation. And this is one important part where everybody, I guess, screws up, is their salespeople ego comes out and they want to tell everything and anything about their opportunity, and they want to show it all. They want to be the show it all, know it all, be it all. And it's actually called spilling your candy in the lobby, and then you actually end up losing your sale because I guess people are like excited or whatever, and they end up telling more than they're supposed to about their business opportunity. So, and then the third part is you get a third party validation from your team leaders. This is what we call the edifying. Right, Ron?
Absolutely.
This is like your team success.
Yep.
And then you get the home run based on what you've seen and heard. Can you see an opportunity here? It's either a yes or a no. That's important. And there's no emotions attached to networking. If it's a no, cool. You know?
Absolutely. Cool. Absolutely. Let me ask you this, Maylene. in all of the connecting you've done with people, with friends and prospects, people interested in what you're doing. Now, let me ask you this. When you get to the point where you built a rapport, you got to the point where you found a problem to solve, and then of course now you're doing a close. You're actually presenting them, you're offering the solution to them, right? Whatever your business opportunity is, right? And it's usually for most folks online, it's a video presentation, sales letter, whatever. And so when they ask you, for example, well, Mei Ling, tell me more. Does it do this? Do you actually answer any of their questions, or you just keep directing them back to the video?
I keep directing them back to the video.
Amen. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Because if they got more, because the video actually is self-explanatory.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And you know what's funny? This is so amazing what you put together, and so true, because I don't know how many people, look, I don't mean any disrespect to anybody, but if you're in a vitamin deal and you barely passed like 8th grade chemistry class and you're going to try to lecture me on antioxidants and probiotics, sorry. I mean, I'm not making fun of anybody. I'm not a biochemist expert, so I'm not going to even try to explain that to you.
Yeah.
The video will.
And then it's just basically getting out of the way. Let the tools do the selling, not you. It's either going to be the company video, the videos of your team success, but not you. You just need to get out of the way. It's a yes or a no. It's simple as that. And then it's, focus on the relationship and the connection. The more you find things in common with a person, the more that they don't even realize the reason why they like you. They just like you, and that's because
I'm in training. I'm good.
And that's because of human nature, and we typically like doing business with people that are like us. Okay. And that's how human beings work.
I'm home doing the training video. Okay, I'm cool. You all right? I love it.
If you get good at people, you can go from nothing to $1 million in a short amount of time. So here in marketing, in this industry, you gotta need to focus on the relationship and the connection. And it's not, like I said, it's not your job to sell or convince anyone about anything. Just be the tour guide or the traffic controller and steer people to the company video. Follow up to see what they like best about what they saw. That's it. Get out of the way. So 5 simple steps, guys. It's connect with the prospect, build rapport, find a few things in common, ask a few qualifying questions. So that qualifying question means if they have a pain. Ron, if you want to reiterate finding pain in a marketplace,
Yeah, absolutely. Because, well, first of all, like we said in the beginning of the broadcast, right, 97, 95% of the industry is in pain because obviously they're struggling for, now we're teaching just one here, maybe Mei Ling and I'll do a complete video on all of the actual pain points. But absolutely, they're struggling because of this. And that's what I mean. So when you're looking for your target audience, guys, you're looking for people, first of all, who are already in the industry. And the numbers don't lie. And by the way, this formula here, where Mei Ling's talking about the 5 steps, why it's important to build rapport, connect with them, build rapport, right? Find the things in common, ask a few qualifying questions, right? Make them uncover what's going on in their life. Because here's what I'll tell you guys. If you fail these steps and you're not genuine when you're connecting with the other person and you're making them change their state, like when Mei Ling and I were role playing, we laughed, we found things in common, we're talking like we're best buds. Guess what? When it comes time to ask some of those qualifying questions, so let's say you're talking to a fellow network marketer. So it'd be like, hey, Mei Ling, so what are you doing in your business? How are things going for you? Now, they could lie to me and say, oh, Ron, it's going great. I'm making $10,000 a month. I have 10,000 people. Oh my God. I'm blasted. I'm blasted all the time. I have more people in than I can handle. People will lie to you.
Yeah.
They will, right? Am I making up? People will lie to you. But if you take these steps to build a proper rapport, they'll tell you the truth. They'll say, you know what, Ron? I've been in for 6 months, dude. I haven't made a dime. I put $500 out. You know, I'm spending whatever, $50 a month auto ship, and it ain't working, man. I think I made a mistake. Like, that's true vulnerability. That's honesty. That's
That's the
someone you
naked
actually can help.
soul. Yeah. That's the naked soul right there.
Absolutely. That is someone you can help. And you'll never get to that point to know if, you know, what's really going on in their life if you don't build rapport, you know, because like, simply put, we have that ego mind, that heart wall that won't allow us to, you know, instinctively, right, on an instinctive primal level, we don't want to be sold. We don't want to, it's the pride, it's the ego. We don't want to appear to, like, no one wants to, it's funny. You might be able to relate to this when you were a kid in school, right? So you had a question for the teacher and you were a little, you know, you were awkward, you were embarrassed, ashamed to ask because everybody might laugh at you. So you stayed silent. But the reality is all the other 20 kids had the same question, right?
Right.
It's being honest. It's being opening up. People will, they'll, you know what, guys, they will literally spill their entire soul to you if you build the connection, build the rapport, and show them that you care. They really will. They'll tell you, hey, you know what, man, I'm divorcing my wife, or hey, you know what, man, you know, my mother's 2 days away from death. They'll tell you these things. You'll really uncover who they are, and then you can determine whether you can help them.
And the last step was get out of the way, like we said. Just get out of the way. Have them watch the video. And then another thing we've been taught is be RoboCop. Be bulletproof. There is zero emotions attached to recruiting. None. Zero. Zilch. Nada.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that right there. Right. Right. Be married to the process, but divorced from the outcome. I told my wife I have another wife. It's called the process. So, you know, she's all right with it. She's perfectly fine with it.
So the moment you completely disconnect from the emotions of what the response is, that's when you become a top recruiter, because Absolutely. You don't care. It doesn't matter to you. Yep. It's just going through and sorting out, sifting, building relationships, and having great conversations. That's it. And that's what it means to be a top network marketer. It's just basically building that rapport, that relationship.
Exactly. Yep. And you know what? Since we're opening up the vault, guys, we're giving it all away today. I'm going to give you another gem here to kind of build on what Mei Ling was saying. So, right, you're divorced from the outcome and married to the right. You're emotionally detached. And you know what's funny is that once you've connected with somebody, right, you built a rapport, you realize there's a problem you could solve, and you made an introduction to your business to them, to have them look at it. They looked at the presentation or whatever. Then you followed up with them, and you said, hey Bob, so tell me, what did you like best about the presentation? And then Bob might say, well, you know what, dude, Ron, this is an absolute scam. How are you in this kind of bullshit? How do you respond to that? Mei Ling, how do you respond to that? If I said, you know what? Yeah, I watch it. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's a scam.
I don't respond. Okay, cool.
Right.
Okay, that's cool. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
right. I think most people.
Before I would respond.
Yep.
I would have responded like if I started in my earlier, I guess, in marketing, I would have responded back with a negative response to that person.
Right.
But I'd be like, cool.
Yeah, you're a jerk off anyway, Bob. I didn't think you were fit, right?
F you.
Right. And it's funny that, and that goes back to what we said earlier, guys. If you remember, it's about, what I'll tell you what's most important, in addition to the value you provide, is at all costs. Write this one down, guys. Underline it. Use your yellow highlighter. At all costs, maintain the relationship. Right? Maintain the relationship. And you do that by, like in the example we just gave Mei Ling, well, Ron, this is a total damn scam. I'm not interested.
So how I would respond is,
yeah.
Okay, cool. So what do you got for the weekend?
I mean,
what are you doing for the weekend? That's cool if you don't like it,
yes.
But what's going on with you on the weekend?
That's amazing, guys. Did you just hear what Mei Ling said? Okay. Try saying that about 100 times a day and see how much that mentally screws with the other guy or gal. In other words, because what she just said is absolutely right. She's maintaining the relationship. She's not butthurt over it. She doesn't need validation because she knows her worth, right? She doesn't need validation. And she said, yeah, you know what? Cool, Bob. What do you got planned for the weekend? So now Bob has to immediately shift his attention and focus from this thing is a scam bullshit to, oh, well, you know, we're celebrating my dad's 80th birthday down at the beach. Cool. It's maintaining the relationship, right? Because like I said, if you remember what we said earlier about the different exposures, it takes 5 to 12 times for an 80% conversion rate. Guess what? Bob told me to go fly a kite the first time. But like I said, guys, life happens, peaks and valleys. I maintained the relationship. I didn't get butthurt and curse him out. And then now we don't like each other. Nope, we're still friends. He's still looking. He's still following. And guess what? Maybe in 2 weeks, 3 months, 6 months, the same guy who told me it's a scam will say, hey, Ron, you know what? I think I'm ready.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, that's okay too.
Yeah. Because you never know. It's peaks and valleys. You never know.
Absolutely.
Okay. And then it's, yeah, like we said, so what? Get over it, you know.
Exactly.
Not everyone will be interested, nor will be necessarily be qualified to be an entrepreneur or work with you as a business partner. Get over it.
Exactly.
And then, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Millie. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. You
go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, the biggest challenges in our industry is, you can do this slide here. Is,
okay.
They hate harassing friends and family.
Correct. And I'll tell you this right now, guys. I am not trying to diminish any company out there. There are a lot of great companies, okay? But I will tell you this. If your mentor leader, the person who, quote, signed you up in your business opportunity that you ran or you're going to get in, if the first thing that they tell you is make a list of your family and friends, run. Like, seriously, stop payment on the check. You know, call the credit card company up, okay? Or better yet, send them this video and we'll help them out. Okay? In all seriousness, guys, because you know what? Let's face it. I don't know about Maylene, but you know what? My wife, because my wife is my soulmate, my partner, right? Okay. And nobody really, other than colleagues and partners like Maylene and I, nobody knows what I do. Like, in fact, you know, when my sister, for example, sees me post something or put a video up or whatever, she thinks I'm a motivational speaker. She thinks I'm Tony Robbins. and it's flattering in some ways. I think I have a long way to go to be Tony, but it's flattering. But she doesn't even know what I do. She doesn't know, oh, he's selling A, B, C, D. He's one of these guys. Nope. Why? Because I don't direct my family and friends. Yeah. Now, if they're seeing my success with the social proof, then it's a different story. If my sister or my cousin comes in and said, Ron, you know, bro, you made 25 grand last month. How'd you do it? That's a different story. Because you're most likely your friends and family who may love you on a certain, you know, conscious level. But the reality is, and we've all probably experienced this, Maylene probably did the same thing, I know I did, is that people, especially the closest ones to you, your family, your mother, your father, your wife, husband, you know, children, whoever, right? They want to see you do well, but if they're not doing anything in their life to better their life, you could be sure as hell, at least on a subconscious level, they don't want to see you go into the moon. And that has nothing to do with you. It's got nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them. That's why initially it's not good, in my opinion, and our data, our results show it. We don't chase family and friends. You know, if anything, we don't harass them. They come and ask us. Totally different ballgame.
Totally. The next thing is they hate getting rejected. Rejection lowers your self-esteem and your self-confidence. And then they don't have no marketing budget to properly run their business. People don't have any marketing or advertising budget, but and that's where everyone gets stuck at, right? Is like, for me, I didn't have a marketing budget when I started. So I basically was using my credit card to support or to buy paid ads. So that's another one, is not enough to purchase high ticket products. They don't know how to generate leads to have a steady stream of qualified buyers looking for their business opportunity daily. And this is what we're teaching you on how to generate quality leads every day, all day.
Absolutely.
They don't know how to close and upsell. They don't know how to get team duplication. They don't know how to, and they don't know how to market to become the attractor factor. Like we said earlier in the previous slide, the attractor factor was the Facebook secret.
Absolutely. And that's what it's all about, guys. This is how, when you master this strategy, right, the way Mei-Ling was talking about becoming a attractor factor, this is how you get people reaching out to you, right? This is how you get people reaching out to you. And that's a great thing. That's a great thing.
Right. And then you want to talk about the two different types of people that join our industry.
Mm-hmm.
Is they're in a state of transition, breaking point. They're in a breaking point, or the combination of the two.
And Mei-Ling, I'm just going to ask you, where were you? Where were you at in your life?
State of transition. I was just tired of the day job,
Yep.
And how about you?
It was actually, I agreed. It was more of that. And I'll say why, because the breaking point, everybody out there can probably attest to this, because you know what? It's funny, when you obviously, there's a yearning in all of us to have and want and do and be more, right? I think that's our nature. It's our birthright, but I think it's part of our DNA. But sometimes it can get quelled or silenced, because if we are having a little bit of success, like maybe you're not, so maybe you're in a job and you're not broke. You're definitely not making what you're worth, but you're not broke.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe you got a little bit of money left over at the end of the month. Maybe you get to take that one extra little 4-day getaway at the end of the year or whatever. You can buy a couple extra gifts at Christmas with a bonus. Like, you're not the worst off person in the world. And sometimes that's not enough. It takes a breaking point. Now, similar to me, yeah, it was state of transition. I similar to you. I've been in corporate America, and it's funny, I'm sure you all can relate to this, but I mean, I had, like, talk about ego, and I'm sure everybody can relate to this. Mei-Ling, you probably can too.
Oh, yes.
There's nothing worse than when you work, say, at a job, and I don't mean to say this so egotistically, but like, for example, you may have 1, 2, 3, 4, however many bosses, whatever. Okay. Like, you're better than them, at least, smarter, right? In other words, you could do their job better than them, right? And you're sort of taking orders from them, and they're dictating your time. They're dictating your salary, right? That's a hard thing to swallow. It really is.
It really is.
That's a breaking point.
So I'm going to skip a couple slides on the business model that most people do when they start to join, because we're going to talk about the 7-figure model. So before we talk about the 7-figure model, we're going to go into the debt model, we call it. So I'm going to skip a couple. Sorry, guys.
Not a problem.
Okay, so here we go. This is what most people do when they start off with the business. We call this the debt model. It's the first they have a primary business. They invest their own money for the products and training, and especially high ticket offers. I'm not sure if you have joined a high ticket company before, but I have. And most people, yeah.
I've seen them. In fact, I mean, I don't know about you, Mei-Ling, but I've seen one offer. Right? Are you ready for this, guys and girls? You ready for this? I've seen one offer, and some of you may even know it. $75,000.
Yep.
I'm not kidding you. I mean, maybe you saw it too. $75,000. Now, I'm not here to say it's a good business or not or whatever. I'm not in it. Mei-Ling's not in it. But if you're attracted to it, if you like that business, okay, ask yourself, well, where are you getting the $75K from? Where are you getting the $75K from?
They're going to take out loans.
Most, right.
Yeah.
Doing it this way, right? Doing it this way, right?
Yeah. People will take out loans, they'll max out their credit cards, they'll drain their bank accounts, take out second mortgages in order to fund their business.
Exactly.
So what happens next? They run out of money, so they got to resort to free strategies, which is a 2-year learning curve and a risk of losing more money.
Absolutely.
Trying to figure out. It's try it right now. The free strategies is all trial and error, trying to figure things out. And then when they figure their things out, is they'll put more money to make more money. They reinvest, but most times people will never reach here. They'll never reach the last step because they'll probably, most of the time, the 97% will be stuck in the middle in the second step of free strategies. They'll end up quitting the whole business.
Exactly. You know what's funny, Mei-Ling, is that, statistically speaking, I mean, I might be in the ballpark here, but if you want to also, and that's why mentoring and getting the right strategy is important, guys, because you know what? If you are, let's put it this way, if you're not in an opportunity that the moment you sign up, they take your money, you invest your money in, that if you're not at least breaking even or in profit within at least 30 days, by month 2, you're probably going to be anywhere between 20, 30% subconsciously checked out.
Yeah.
Right? The doubt. And that's going to linger a little bit more. And then by month 3, it's like 50%.
Yeah.
And then month 4, forget it. You're out. You're just another statistic.
That's where your whole negative mindset will creep in and will take over.
Yep. You just become another negative statistic. And that's where the sad reputation of our great industry comes from. Oh, it doesn't work. It's a scam. It's bullshit. And really, it's because it's really lack of strategy mentoring. It really, seriously, really is. Yeah. It really is. And mindset. Seriously.
So, Ron will take it from here. This is the, sorry.
No problem. We're live here, guys. Formula. We're live. This is unscripted. Okay?
Very unscripted. The seven-figure formula. E equals 1K per day. But so this is what the seven-figure earners use. They have a front-end ATM machine, which is usually like you wanna do that, Ron?
Exactly. So this is what is properly called in the conventional business world, if you've heard the term other people's money, OPM. Mm-hmm. I'll ask you this. Now, do you think, well, before he was president, but when Donald Trump was building luxury, hotels and high rises, $1 billion, $2 billion a piece, do you think he was writing a $2 billion check right out of his bank account to build the whole thing to get it going? No, he wasn't. He was getting investors. In other words, he was getting people done to get, again, other people's money to invest in his vision, to invest in his opportunity. Well, here on the online forum or field, the online business industry, it doesn't work any different, right? What the seven-figure earners actually do, guys, is they have a high-ticket item. Now, it could be something that's 500, 1,000, 2,000. Like we said before, 75,000, right? There's multiple opportunities out there that pay them high commissions up front, the same day. They're paid that day, up front. No waiting, no 2 weeks, no 6 weeks, none of that. No chargebacks, none of that. No, strictly profit. And then they'll take that money, build the momentum, and then they may go out and start to buy some traffic and advertisement to spread more of their brand and their more opportunity. Right? In other words, they don't really risk their own capital, just like the Donald Trump example. I mean, even if you could write a check for $2 billion, right? Why would you? That's just not smart, right? And forget about Donald Trump. Let's go on the lower level of the masses, so to speak, where, okay, why would you take out $10,000, $15,000 on your credit cards? Why would you take a mortgage out on your house if you didn't have to? If there was a way you could actually generate that upfront cost to get into the high ticket item that will generate you a large return in the quickest amount of time, with the least amount of effort, guys. That's the 80-20 rule. That's going to allow you to fund everything else. Because I'll tell you another little inside secret of the 7-figure earners. Maybe your own mentor or your leader in your business didn't tell you. But 7-figure earners, guys, the ones that have been in this for the longest, that are more stable, because there are people who get it quick and crash and burn and all that good stuff. But the people that are in this industry the longest, right? They understand this principle, and they are in multiple income streams, guys. If you go back to a couple slides ago, we talked about, be married to the process but divorced from the outcome when it comes to your recruiting. Well, I'll give you another 7-figure secret here. 7-figure earners, okay, they're married to skills and mindsets, not companies. Because companies do come and go, sadly. That's every business. That's every business, whether it's offline or online. But what they value most, like we're showing you here, is mindset and the skills to do it and succeed in any business. That's why they're so successful,
right,
for so long, right?
So the thing is, the front end, it's like you can have your front end as a ClickBank product, a JV Zoo product. It's spendable cash, and you can get this on the same day, and you keep on getting that money. That's what they call, like he said, other OPM, other people's money to fund your high ticket products.
Absolutely. That's how do you think Wall Street exists?
They use our money.
Absolutely. It's no different, guys. And that's the thing. The point we're underscoring here is that you're in a business. I don't care what it is, if it's cosmetics, vitamin deal, whatever it is you're selling, whatever opportunity is. It's a business, and business is business. You have to think like a CEO. You have to think like a CFO, right? You have to think about these things, about funding and your marketing and your budgets and so on. That's why it's important to know this stuff.
So that's, I guess, is there anything else you want to?
So we touched on that, right? So that's really the key right there, right? So we have the OPM money strategy there, guys. The thing is this, like we said, guys, we're going to wrap this up. We probably went a little bit over an hour. Again, I hope you got tremendous value out of this. In fact, just what we shared with you, I hope you'll implement it in your business like today and start to see some results. In fact, Maylene and I want to hear back from you, right?
Yeah.
We want to hear back from you. We want some input.
We do recommend to have, interactions, at least 20 interactions per day.
Absolutely. Agreed. And you know what? I just thought about this right off the tip of my head, Maylene. We did a little role play earlier, just for the audience who's watching, right? Because again, recruiting is a huge issue. We're seeing it ourselves with people who spam us. So we know the pain of the marketplace, right? So how about for our listeners who showed up, we just do a quick little, we'll do a little back and forth about how a professional marketer will market their product. What do you say?
Okay, you go ahead.
And just tell me whatever comes off the top of your head, and we'll let the conversation flow accordingly. Right?
Okay.
All right. Pay attention to this, guys, because this is how professional networkers do it. This is how it's done. Right? Here's how the rejection-free marketing is done. Okay. So we're going to start off like we did last time. So, hey, Mei-Ling, how's it going? How's your day going so far?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm doing good, thanks, Ron. How about you?
Awesome. I'm doing fabulous. In fact, you know what? Boy, I'm stuck in the house here today because out here in Philadelphia, it's just raining like cats and dogs. I may have to trade my car in for a boat.
What? It is so sunny here. You need to get to Hawaii ASAP.
Are you for real? Hawaii? That's
Yep.
like heaven. That's like heaven on earth. I'm convinced that's where the angels live. You must see them all the
I
time.
live here year round. Been born and raised here.
Oh, that's so awesome. Lucky you. That's fantastic. So, Mei-Ling, tell me, so what do you do in Hawaii? What do you do for work?
Well, right now I'm working for the DOE, the Department of Education, but
Awesome.
I'm looking for another second stream of income, just to make extra money.
Interesting. So let me ask you a question. What has you looking for more money? What do you want the money for?
Well, that's a good thing you asked me because my husband and I were talking about um, making a trip, setting up a trip, planning a trip to Disneyland with the kids.
Awesome.
And we want to make it like the most memorable one for them.
Wow, that I'll tell you what, that is awesome. In fact, I've been to Disney. It is really cool, and I'll tell you, you know what? You won't regret it. You won't regret it. Well, so let me ask you a question, Mei-Ling. Why haven't you gone to Disneyland yet?
Well, right now, we we don't have the extra spending money. We have, but not enough. We really wanna make it so memorable for our kids. Like they're gonna remember it, and they'll be telling their kids and great grandkids, and we just want to make it super special for them.
No, I definitely understand that, and that's a phenomenal thing. So, so Mei Ling, you said you actually couldn't really afford it. So tell me a little bit more about that. Like,
Well,
are you able to save money now?
just a little, just a few $100s here and there a month, but I really want to I really want to save up at least 10,000 within a couple of months, whereas saving 10,000 within a couple of years, I want to make it as short as possible.
Really? Well, let me ask you a question, Mei Ling. How serious are you on a scale from 1 to 10 to make that $10,000 plus a month and to save that money and give your kids that dream Disneyland vacation?
I'm a 10.
Really? Tell me more about that.
I'm a 10 because I am willing to do whatever it takes to make this family trip possible.
That's awesome. Well, Mei Ling, you know what? What if I was to tell you that our team is done $1.5 million in commissions within the last 6 months? We've taken brand new newbies who don't know a thing about marketing or a thing about the internet, and they are making $10,000 their first month in business. And then by the second month, many of them are making $20,000 a month per business per month. They're making $20,000 per month in their second month of business, and it's only $150 to get started today, where you can actually start making $500 commissions. Is that something that would interest you?
Oh my God, yes. Send me your link.
Awesome. Awesome. Cool. Well, here's my link. I want you to check it out, right? Watch the video, take some notes, right? When you're finished, I want you to give me a ring, reach out to me, and we'll talk to see if this is an actual fit for you. Does that sound good?
Awesome. That sounds absolutely great.
Fantastic. Well, I'm glad we could connect today, Mei Ling. It was a pleasure. And again, reach out to me after you watch the video, and have a great day. And I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Ron.
Appreciate it so much. All right, guys, real quick. Did you see that? Now, I never revealed to her that I'm in iCoin this, Bitcoin this, Avon this, whatever, vitamin deal this, Amway. None of that. You didn't hear any of that, right? Now, what I'll do for you guys is, I appreciate Mei Ling doing that for me. We'll do a little quick. Now we'll do a little quick reversal here. So Mei Ling, we're gonna back it up a little bit. I just actually made my close pitch to you.
Okay.
Now I want you to tell me you're really not interested.
Okay, sure.
So Mei Ling, if I was to tell you that our team has, we made $1.5 million commissions in just under 6 months. We have brand new newbies who've never been in the business who made $10,000 their first month. By month number 2, they made $20,000. It's only $150 to get started today, so you can start making $500 commissions. Is that something that would interest you?
Right now, I'm a little tight with money. I can't right now.
Cool. No worries. Hey, you know what? What do you got planned for this weekend?
Probably this weekend I'm bringing my kids to the beach. How about you?
Oh, I love it. You know what? Great minds think alike. That's what we're going to. We're going to have a nice cookout. We're going to watch some fireworks and see if I can win one of them big giant stuffed pink unicorns.
Unicorns are in this year.
Absolutely. Don't I know it? Well, Mei Ling, it was a pleasure to reach out with you, and you have a great day. Enjoy that weekend at the beach, and we'll talk soon again.
Thanks, Ron.
Awesome. You see that, guys? Now, that's what happens when she turned me down. She wasn't interested. Again, that goes back to being you know, married to the process, divorced from the outcome. It's rejection-free marketing. That's how it works. Now, if you listened how we done that, if you take that and measure it right now up to your actual chats that you had with people, if it looks nothing like that, that's probably why you're failing, guys, because you're pitching, right? Because you're pitching. And that's the essence of it. That's it. This is really not that hard, right? It's amazing, you know, the old saying that, you know, it's really the easiest things in life that complicate people the most, right? This is really not that hard once you get the mindset around it and you actually learn to master the strategies that we're telling you and showing you. In fact, I hope you got tremendous value out of what we did and what we showed you today, and that you're ready to start to use it in your own business and get the results you deserve, guys. Because you know what, like I said, I believe we're in the best industry in the world, no doubt about it. We're going to create more people having financial and time freedom than any other industry, and we're probably going to create more millionaires in this industry of ours. But you're only going to get there, guys, if you have the mindset and you have the skills.
Right.
Right.
Surrender your pride and ego.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Leave it right at the door, because it's going to do you no good. Your future self will definitely thank you for it, without a doubt.
Thank you for hopping on, guys, and you know, reach out to us.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear some feedback. If you got any really value out of this, I appreciate that. You guys can comment along, reach out to us. We'd love to hear it, because again, that's our intention. Our intention as leaders, and we're all leaders, guys, is to provide as much value as we can. And I hope we did that today. Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. So you have anything else ready to wrap up, Maylene?
I'm good.
Awesome. I know you're ready to go to the beach, right? She's in Hawaii.
Yeah,
she's ready. She's not lying, guys. She's not lying. She's really going to the beach. It's raining out here in Philadelphia, so we might, I don't know, we might be swimming on the sidewalk or something. We'll do some sidewalk surfing or something. We'll keep ourselves busy. But yeah, it was an absolute pleasure, Maylene. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ron.
Absolutely. I think we rocked it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And again, this is Ron Mayberry from Levittown, PA. And
this is Maylene Valeros from KL, Hawaii.
Amen. Heaven on earth, guys. Appreciate y'all. Talk to you soon. Take care.